Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. In today's video, I'll be using Honeybee Stamp's Hearts in Bloom stencil set. For a sentiment, I'm using their Thanks stamp and coordinating honeycut dies. This stencil set is part of their brand new Happy Hearts release and it's absolutely beautiful. There are 4 layers for the stencil. I'm starting off with the hearts. I'm using a mini stencil mat to hold my stencil and paper in place. And I thought it would be fun to do the stenciling on some Kraft colored cardstock. The first color I'm using is from Catherine Pooler. This is Serenade, really pretty light purple color. I am using a piece of tacky tape on the left side of the stencil just to make sure the stencil doesn't move when I'm inking over on that side. Layer number 2 is Petals and Hearts. The ink color is Queen for a Day by Catherine Pooler. This layer will add some small hearts to the background and also some of the petals of the flower. For layer number 3, this one is called More Petals and Details. The ink color is Suede Shoes. This stencil layer will finish off the petals of the flowers and also add some fun details to the background, filling in some of those blank areas. I think the blue with the 2 purple colors looks so pretty together. For layer number 4, this is Leaves. The ink color is Spruce from Catherine Pooler. So this is the final layer. It'll add the stem to the flowers and also some other leaves throughout the background. My favorite part about using layered stencils is the final reveal when you pull up that last stencil piece. I have just a few more areas to cover with ink. Then I'll remove that piece of tape, lift up my stencil, and look at this beautiful background design. I cut down the panel to 3 7/8 of an inch by 5 1/8 of an inch. I'm adding a little bit of white paint splatter to the background. I'll set that aside to dry and start working on the sentiment. I used all 3 of the dies for the word thanks. Cut out the sentiment from some purple cardstock. The next layer I have some white shimmer cardstock, and the very outline with that fun pierced detail I use some vellum. I'll glue all 3 pieces together using Honeybee Stamp's Precision Tip Glue. Their buzzwords are some of my favorites and they have a wide variety of them. Once I have all 3 of the layers adhered together, I'll flip this over and add some foam dimension on the back side. I'm using Honeybee Stamp's foam strips in white. This is some of my favorite foam dimension. It's not super thick and adds just that right amount of extra dimension. For some of the areas I am trimming down those strips. I want to make sure not to have any of it showing through on the vellum. So I'm focusing just on the back of that white cardstock area. I'll make sure to get good coverage so there isn't one area that sags. I have just one final area behind the S. I use Honeybee Stamp's Scallop rectangle dies and cut out this fun frame from some purple cardstock. I'll put some adhesive on the back of my stenciled panel and layer it on that scallop die cut. Then I'll put ATG tape on the back and add my card front onto a card base, and you'll see just a peek of that white card base showing. This is an American Standard A2 size card, 5.5 inches by 4 1/4 inches. Now I'll remove the release paper behind the word thanks, and I've already stamped out the rest of the sentiment. That's one thing that's really fun about Honeybee Stamp's buzzwords. There's also other sentiments to go along with that main word. So my full sentiment is thanks, you are the best. And I did cut the right side of that stamp portion at an angle for some extra interest. I'll adhere the stamp portion of the sentiment in the lower right hand corner, then add the word thanks right above it. To finish off the card, I'm using Honeybee Stamp's brand new enamel stickers. This is their Crystal Glimmer color. They're clear, but they have a little bit of glitter embedded inside, so they're super sparkly. I'll put 2 in the upper left hand corner and 3 around the sentiment. So there is my finished card, and I did make 2 using this design. This stencil is so much fun. Just think of all the different color combinations you can use to create that beautiful pattern. If you are interested in any of the products I used in this video, I do have links provided in the description box below. And if you're on Instagram, there's currently an Instagram hop to help celebrate the new Happy Hearts release. And I do have a link to my Instagram channel in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.